Bang, 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 bang. No, I win. I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hack the Dino. We're very serious. We're talking about video games, past, present, and future. I am the winner of the Zapper Duel, Ben Rosenthal. Sitting next to me is the loser of the Zapper Duel, Floppy Starrick. How's it going, loser?
I won.
You lost.
Look at you.
Look at your gun.
I got you.
What colour is your gun?
It is the colour of death.
Yeah. Fluoro orange. Yeah, it's colour of death because you spilt death all over it, you loser. I've got the space gun full of awesome, and it shoots winning all over your face. It just blows it. But we're also here with Anto. Anto, who won that amazing shootout?
As Judge Judy and Executioner.
You're Judge Judy? I love your show.
I declare the winner is me because I didn't have to take part.
You know what? He who doesn't fight the war is really the winner.
No, it's me. I won. I killed everyone.
Pacifist wins every time.
Pacifist, don't give me that. I've got a gun. Guns can't beat pacifist. Oh, wait, the other way around.
No.
Why do you have the gun?
Listen to that. Listen to that podcast. You like that? You like my gun? Bang, bang. Anyway, what are we talking about tonight?
I believe we're talking about people breaking TVs.
Yes, that happens when people don't win Zapper Duels.
Or throw their Joy-Cons at them.
That's also true, because they haven't won Zapper Duels.
Yes.
But also, we did attend a toy fair a little while ago, and you picked up one of your grail items.
I did. I picked up a NES, something I've never ever owned before.
Anus.
Yes.
Floppy picked up anus. Tell us about anus.
It's something that I've never owned before, always wanted.
Always wanted an anus.
Yes, and we've decided we were going to go through games that we should and shouldn't buy for it.
So you can play them on your anus.
Yes.
Anto, tell us about your anus.
I'd rather not, but I can talk about floppies.
There has been some happenings, some mischief, some troublesome times.
Talking about accidents?
Some accidents.
Yeah, it's probably a better word.
Some foibles, some flip-ups, some whoopsie-doodles in the world of Nintendo. Now, can I cast you back to the year 2007?
You may.
It was a simpler time.
I was 27.
It was a time...
Had less grey hair.
It was a time where the world was hoping for a better tomorrow. It was also a time when the Nintendo Wii came out. And also coming out was the Nintendo Wiimotes coming out of people's hands and smashing through their TV screens.
And into walls and everything.
It was a good time. Remember that? They actually had to supply free silicon coverings for the Wiimotes. So if they did come out, that they didn't break things.
Have you ever had a Wiimote accident?
No.
Oh, I have.
Oh, really? What was it?
Yeah, I was inebriated.
Yes.
And playing a Just Dance game. Mm-hmm. Flung that thing across the room. Hit a mirror.
Hit a mirror. Did it shatter?
I think so. No, it didn't shatter. It broke, though.
Did it shatter and then Stone Cold Steve Austin came stomping in?
I don't get that reference.
Oh, man. You guys suck.
No, we don't watch wrestling.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme, glass shatters, and then he walks into it.
Seems awfully dangerous.
Well, shut up. Anyway, so recently, a new game came out. The latest iteration, which we haven't yet played.
I can't not call it Wii Switch Sports.
Yes, same. It's Nintendo Switch Sports, the follow-up to Switch Sports. Sports?
Follow-up to Wii Sports.
And already, people are putting stuff through their mirrors. Anto, there should have been a video playing, but that's okay.
Oh, I can put a video up for sure. I was just too busy focused on the box. I was really curious.
You were. Oh, fuck! I think my Lego's gone again.
It's not Lego.
You're gonna have to bleep that one.
It's N&B blocks.
I said fire trucks.
Did you?
I did.
Anyway,
so yeah, people are breaking their TV screens again.
Already.
We can see on the screen here. Boom! Live on an infomercial. Smack right into there. And then someone else bowling. They go for a bowl and bang! There goes the LCD screen.
That is pretty hilarious. Just put the wrist strap on, you doofus.
I'm pretty sure this guy broke it. I don't know. I'm not going to take it back because I'm lazy. But I'm pretty sure this guy broke it because he swung the Wii remote from, in his hand into the TV and then pulled the Wii remote away.
Nice.
Because he didn't move back enough from the screen like they tell you to.
That kid just dove at the... This is going to be...
Oh, this is good podcast.
This
Ladies
is a
and
great
gentlemen,
podcast.
head
We're
on
watching
over
a lot of people
hackthedino.com and watch people smashing stuff.
smash the TV. Generally, a lot more adults than little children that I was expecting.
Yeah, because young kids are used to rage quitting.
I say adults, but probably
Anyway,
16 up.
They were good times, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we can relive those times in 2022 thanks to Nintendo Switch Sport because Anto, play that video. It's back, baby. People are swinging their Joy-Cons and breaking their TV screens all over the world.
Tell you what, a Joy-Con is a lot more expensive to replace than a Wii remote, and
yeah.
TVs now as well.
But the Joy-Con even came with a wrist strap, so I don't understand why.
They all come with wrist straps.
Yeah. Yep. The thing is, so the video we're watching at the moment shows a young gentleman who has reacting to clearly smashing their TV screen after not wearing the wrist strap. We can see on the screen
It's
there.
gone through it.
It's a big old crack, and their very expensive TV screen is gone. But the most disturbing thing, and the thing that points out that it was actually user error, is that if we go back to the start of that video, please, Anto, we can see quite clearly what is the culprit. We're almost halfway through the year and he's still got his Christmas tree up.
Oh, you fool.
What an absolute unit.
That guy's getting nowhere.
No. So it wasn't Nintendo's fault. This guy's clearly insane. And let's go to the next topic because I'm bored of it.
Next topic. So the next topic ties in with...
That's your segue. Try a bit harder.
No, I got distracted.
Come on.
I got distracted.
Let's go. Come on. Come on. Speaking of... Come on. No, you're doing it. I'm going to teach you. Segues. Come on. Let's go. Do a floppy segue.
I bought a NES at the toy fair.
Speaking of Nintendo releasing things for the first time and not re-releasing them,
Thank
the
you,
NES came
Anto.
out.
Thank you.
No, I like.
Was that hard?
I really like messing with Ben.
Anto sits there and comes up with a freaking gem.
He does.
And you're sitting there going, beep, 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 I'm a baby boy.
See, what you don't see is on the other monitor, I've got how to write segues open.
So it's insert name here, segues.
See, what you don't know is that Anto is actually an android sent from the future to help us with this show because we were in that dire straits. That much like Bill and Ted, if we don't improve, the future is doomed.
Yeah, that's what happens. But I did buy a NES, my first ever NES at the toy fair.
Now, you have wanted one of these ever since I've known you.
Yeah, I've always wanted one. I've never had one. I had played friends' NESs as a kid and whatnot. So friend of the show, King Kaiju, was kind enough to sell me one.
I like the way you only wanted one, and I've got like 6.
I also remember asking you for probably about the last year to sell me a NES, and you were like, no.
No, I told you.
Well, when you finished Metroid and fixed it. There's another word for that. It's called no.
It's called dangling the carrot, Floppy.
Yeah.
It's making you stay on the show.
And what did it do?
No.
I went and bought one from you, mate. But I bought my first NES along with a Zapper gun as well.
You've got anus.
Yes.
You've got an anus.
And so I started thinking about this, and Ben and I have come up with a list of games that I should buy and games that I should steer clear of.
Correct. And
So-
for those of you watching the show, you can see some of those games in front of us from my personal collection. That's how much I back some of my choices. They're good.
Yeah. You've got all the good ones. You haven't got bad ones there, which is good. But yeah, so we're going to go through a list. We've got 12 games, 6 must-buys, and 6 stay clear of. So, Ben, leave it. Ben's stuff's going everywhere. Don't worry about it. Ben, would you like to start off with the first do not buy this game
My
for
flower
NES?
broke again.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't buy X-Men for the NES. Poor sprites, poor partner AI, near useless melee characters, no visible health meter. Every level, objective, and boss is the same. To finish the game, you must do a ridiculously cryptic task to get half a code. The other half is on the game cartridge. Is that real?
Yeah.
Really?
So there is this ridiculously cryptic task that you do that gives you a code, but I didn't tell you that the other half of the code is on the game cartridge.
Like Metal Gear Solid.
No, but that one actually told you. There was things like he gives you a CD case in the game, and it's all said that it's on the back of the CD case. This thing, not to mention that health meter, no health meter, but you can pick up health pickups.
Right.
But you don't know if you need them or not.
Yeah, right. It's like
There's a good reason for that.
Why?
It's because this game was made by LJN.
LJN, they were an offshoot of... Oh, LJN used to do the wrestling figures.
They
Okay.
did. They're also absolutely famous, not for making good stuff, for making bad NES games of licensed properties.
Right, so they just went for the cheap licensing fees.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, this game looks rad. What are you talking about? It's
Yeah,
like a
also-
1945 ripoff.
You got melee characters, which there's no point of when you got Cyclops that can just shoot everything from a distance.
Or
There's
Storm,
no,
who can just like electrify everything.
yeah, there's just no advantage to having a melee. So you can play Wolverine, who's an awesome character, and all he can
Laughing, joking,
do is
numbnuts.
affect the hitbox directly in front of him.
That was right. I like this game. This looks cool.
Maybe you should buy it
I-
5 times, different covers.
Oh, someone's a little bit salty that I have 2 Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm salty about it. I want one.
Oh, well.
I want the other one.
Well, I guess you should be better people.
What is our number 6 to buy? Must buy.
Must buy is, if you could... Oh, I can get it. This one here.
You've been knocking everything over.
Oh, it's fine. This bad person, this big old pink mushroom from our good friend...
Mushroom.
Mushroom?
He's a mushroom.
Marshmallow?
He can be a mushroom if he eats a mushroom. I'm talking about Kirby.
Oh, mate, Kirby.
Kirby.
Good
he's a hell
old
of a
Kirby in
guy.
their first adventure. Kirby's Adventure. Great 8-bit visuals. Adorable character. Wow.
He's adorable.
Innovative combat and a Nintendo staple that has spawned a great ongoing franchise.
Now,
Why did you make me read this? I don't like Kirby.
That's why I made you read it.
Kirby is the console killer.
Now, can I ask you something? I read something, I don't know if this is true. Was Kirby's, what Kirby looks like, was that, or did I hear it? Someone told me or something. Was that a stand-in until they came up with a different design and then they decided that design worked anyway?
No, from my knowledge, Kirby was created, as we saw it there, but was named after a lawyer that helped Nintendo with a legal case called something Stephen Kirby or something like
Oh,
that.
that's actually pretty cool.
And
I think I had heard that as well.
To honor him, they created this character, this ultimate world-destroying, console-defeating.
Why don't you like Kirby?
Because it's literally the console killer. If you go, I was going to do this at one stage. I haven't done it yet. I was going to compile a list of when the Nintendo consoles officially went out of date, and when
It was always when a Kirby was
when the
released.
Kirby games came out.
Maybe that
And-
was just their best to last.
and like 90% of the time, Kirby came out, and then the console was dead within months.
Yeah.
Like
Coincidence.
you release a Kirby game, that's it. It's game over.
No, I played a couple of Kirby games. I played on the Wii, on the Switch. I played like the Kirby Star Allies, and the latest one I'm playing now. So much fun. I went through a bunch of stuff like top 10 and top 20 sort of NES games, and Kirby was always on there.
I actually think the Game Boy game's better,
Yeah.
more fun. But that might just be nostalgia talking because I did get it for a Christmas gift.
I actually agree with you. I think Kirby's Dream Land on Game Boy is probably, for nostalgia reasons, more fun, and I think the music's better.
Yeah. Oh, music was fantastic.
But yeah, this one's
Awesome
like
music.
really... I wouldn't say like important, because as you said, it's a console killer, but this game looks better than 99% of other NES games purely because of the time it was released. Like, there's something to do with the cartridge and the chipset in the cart itself that lets it use more colors and like a better visual. It has more resources to use, so it looks nicer and feels nicer than most other platformers on the system.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I just want to point
it's a
out
solid game.
in the chat, Doc Strange here says, well, often the best games come out at the end of consoles generation.
Last of Us.
Final Fantasy VII came out pretty early in the PS1's lifestyle. Just going to throw it out there.
To that I say,
Ocarina of Time's bad.
no, child, please. To that I say, nah. Anyway,
All right. So my number 5 for the don't buy list.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we all know that I have a love of bad movie tie-in stuff, right?
correct.
Or a dislike of it.
But this movie was fantastic.
This movie was
This
fantastic.
is like my
too.
favorite movie ever.
Back to the Future on the NES.
Bad game.
Don't buy it.
Oh, I've got that.
Don't buy it. So the game itself is barely even faithful to the film.
Not at
Barely.
all. Do you know why?
Why? Because
So-
they couldn't do anything?
No, so the backstory to this is they gave it to a company who had no idea what the film was.
Oh, right.
And that's why you collect clocks and you dodge people carrying glasses
Yeah.
and hamburgers try to eat you.
Do
So
you
you
want to know
got
who the
15
company
levels
was?
of walking up a street, collecting clocks to stop a photo from fading. The ending is a single screen of text. Every normal level, like we can see here, is the same with different color palettes.
Yep.
There are only 2 songs in the whole song, which is Power of Love and Johnny Be Good. All right, they're tied to the film. They get played in the film. They're pretty cool. But there was a problem in programming, and they play way too fast. It's just, all kinds of wrong. All kinds of wrong.
It's an awful game. A
You wanna know
real
why?
awful game. Yes, Anto.
Because it was made by LJN.
Is this
Was it
another one
really?
by LGN? Oh, we need to do a LGN,
LGN
list.
list.
I think I'm
Done.
Gonna, yep. Anto, can you make note? LGN list next
Yep.
show.
On it.
Look at that. It's just, that doesn't even look like Muddy. Why is he wearing a black singlet?
Yeah, he never wears a black suit. Yeah, again, it was given
Never.
by. Yeah, they had no idea about the film. Never
It's
seen
like the
film.
Bad Boys thing where they had just a license to the poster and had to work a game off it.
Yep. Bad game.
Bad game.
Bad game.
Number 5.
Question, very quickly.
Yes, sorry, mate.
Completely unrelated to NES games, good or bad. I need a battery for the mouse.
Well, luckily I'm talking about the next one. So, do you know
I'm just going over here for no reason.
so professional. We need
And
a
Michael
battery.
Towns in the chat is right. Maximum Carnage was LJN's really, really good game.
The one good game that LJN did. Yeah. All right, I've gone for the number 5 do buy it game is The Legend of Zelda. Number 1, started off the franchise of, so it's considered one of the best adventure games on the NES. It started one of Nintendo's most loved franchises. Has excellent storytelling. Had a very early open world environment, and it was hard, but it was exciting. Really, really ahead of its time. Would you agree?
That's the best reappearance on a show I've ever seen.
There are podcast listeners. Ben's being a fool.
Sorry, what was the question?
Legend of Zelda.
Yes.
Way ahead of its time. One of the best storytelling. and-
Absolutely. Look, let's
Open
face
world.
it. The people who think Breath of the Wild was this groundbreaking tour de force, it was. It was a fantastic game, possibly one of the greatest games ever made. It was basically a remake of this game.
Yeah.
In fact, they went as far as to make a prototype of Breath of the Wild in the exact 8-bit style that we can see.
No
here
way. I would play the heck out of that.
to everyone will to test that all the mechanics and all the game physics worked.
Yeah, right.
Really cool.
But yeah, I like the open world, sort of that you could go in many different directions. It wasn't so linear. It was just awesome. Such a cool thing, and it is one of those ones. I know I can play it on different systems, and I even have the Game and Watch for this. But it's just one of those ones I think I need to own on the original sort of cartridge.
Yep. I opened mine up the other day and it was still in the bag. I don't think it's ever been used.
Can't believe he opened something.
I wanted to have a look, see what it was like.
Okay, number 4. You want to do the number 4s?
Number 4, the don't buy number 4 game of ever for the NES is a game that I hate. Yes, hate in all its forms. And that's Dragon's Lair. The arcade edition is combined... What have you written here? Arcade edition combined FM full motion video with QuickTime events.
Yes. And arcade edition, I think it was great.
Really?
Yeah, I really dug it.
So there's a question being posed here, and I think it goes back to a conversation we were having in our Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get past the first bridge in any version of this game. Also, Don Bluth's rotoscoping art for this game freaks me the hell out. Anything Don Bluth where he rotoscopes it, do not like. Too freaky, uncanny valley, coming at your face, and I'm not a fan.
Can you skip through this video a little bit so that people who
I
have
can.
never got past the first bridge can see what comes
Wow, boxes!
up? There you get dungeons.
Yeah, so the puzzles make no sense and it's not fun to do, and it only gets worse the further you get in. So they basically took a visually stunning game, even though I don't like it. I can recognise that it is visually stunning, especially for the time,
It is visually stunning.
and made it 8-bit purple mess.
Yeah. I will...
Do you know who isn't a purple mess?
Who?
The Grimace.
The Grimace is not a purple mess.
The
no.
Grimace is amazing. Anto, do you know who the Grimace is?
I'm pretty sure it's a McDonald's mascot from the 90s or 80s.
Yeah.
Correct. Do you know what he is?
No.
He's a chicken McNugget. It's a big purple chicken
See,
McNugget.
I didn't know that until this year.
Because I told you?
Yeah, I think you did.
I mean,
Someone
it
told me. I
makes
think it was
sense
you.
considering the McDonald's nuggets, at least until like a year ago, were just processed pink goo. and not actual anything.
Nothing can kill the grimace. Just remember that, people. Anyway, what were you saying?
So number 4, 2 by.
Ah, yes. Can you hand me that? Because this is my favourite. At the front there.
Is this like one of your favourite games?
All right, this is just for the podcast people. Boom, 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 boom. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales, woo! Bum, bum, bum. Every day we're out there making DuckTales. Anyway, DuckTales is freaking amazing. I played this game religiously at a friend's place. They remade it a couple of years back, which you can't really find now. But DuckTales is just such a fun and engaging platform, and the levels don't outstay their welcome. And let's face it, the moon level, the final level, the music for that is some of the best 8-bit music you will ever hear, ever.
I heard there was an alternate ending for this as well.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. That you could... I don't know how you get it or what it is, but apparently alternate ending. I might be wrong, but...
Man, I love this game.
I saw it in a couple of different places. Now, did they release this on the Wii U as well?
Yeah, so that was the remake.
That was the remake of it, isn't it? And that's really hard to find as well, isn't it?
Yes, but you can get on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 store the Disney Saturday morning cartoon collection.
Yeah.
And that is in it. Like DuckTales 1 and DuckTales 2's in it, Chip and Dale's in it, Darkwing Duck's in it, and Tailspin, which is also a really good game. So shmup. It's really cool.
Right. Oh, in the...
In the plane.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
play
the
as
orange
Blue.
plane. Yeah, cool.
But I highly recommend if you... Like, it's a little bit expensive, but not as expensive as you would think. If you can get your hands on DuckTales, I highly recommend playing. It's such a wonderful game, and it isn't just childhood nostalgia talking. This is truly a fantastic game. Made by Capcom.
Made by Capcom.
Not LJN.
Anto, was that what you were going to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say it's part of the line of like Capcom partnered games with Disney where they did basically everything under the sun.
Yep.
Did they do all the Lion King and Aladdin and stuff?
No.
Who did those?
No, they didn't.
I can't remember who did them, but they've been re-released as well as part of the Switch things.
Yeah, the Switch things.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if this came to the Switch.
They really need to release it. Why haven't they released it? Gosh darn it.
Just
Number
want to
3.
throw it out there as well, I think I heard Ben mention the Moon theme.
Yep.
Absolutely one of the best video game pieces of music.
It's a banger, isn't it?
Made. It's so
Oh,
good.
so good. Have you heard it? We can play it to you after.
Play it after show.
Brilliant. Anyone who's listening to this after the show, go and listen to the DuckTales Moon theme, last level music. We'll be doing it too. Everyone will be having a real good time. We'll have a virtual party where we're all grooving on down like the big old nerds we are.
And then once you've heard the original, you should go and listen to Brental Floss's cover of it with lyrics.
Brental Floss?
Yeah, I don't know. He's a guy called Brent, and he likes to floss.
Like the dance?
No, like floss teeth.
Don't do that. You're over 40, Floppy. Come on. Obscene.
Hey, look, if Sonic can do it in his 30s, Floppy can do it in his 40s, okay?
Thank you, Anto. My kids think I'm cool. So does my mom.
Anyway.
Number 3. Number 3, don't buy, is a Mario game that I didn't even know existed.
Really?
Until I looked for bad NES games. Well, I never owned a NES. This one is Mario is Missing.
This is an edutainment game.
Yeah, it's an educational game. And all educational games are great, right?
Yeah, Carmen San Diego's cool.
Yeah. Wasn't there a typing one?
That's Granny's Garden.
Yep. No, they're not all great. So in this game, Bowser plans to melt Antarctica with hair dryers.
Don't worry, Bowser. Just leave it 30 years and we'll do it ourselves.
So now, to me, this looks like an educational game that had a Mario skin thrown over it. It doesn't even take place in any of the Mushroom Kingdoms. Like all of his games, it's a normal town. The controls suck.
Yep.
It has incorrect facts in this educational game.
Really?
I believe they're geographically incorrect. I looked up a couple of them and I was like, yeah, that's not right.
Do you have any of them?
No, I didn't write them down. I just thought this is...
Let me look up a few. Hang on.
There's also no failure conditions in this game.
Oh, so it's like a Lego game.
No, in the Lego games, you at least lose coins, which don't allow you to achieve things like the true survivors or what the true Jedi or whatever the game is you're playing to get those coins and that trophy.
Right.
He says no failure in this. Don't buy this game. It is rubbish. Look at it.
Actually, you should buy it because it's quite expensive.
No,
but
then don't buy it. Stop making bad games worth money?
Well, they're not worth. They're worth money because there's not many of them, because they only got made because no one bought them because they had bad games. And just to prove that it is a bad game, unequivocally cannot deny it that this is a bad game 100% for this very one reason. You play as Luigi.
Yeah.
Luigi's bad.
Should be pointed out as well that this game is also proof that Yoshi could have worked on the NES because all of these assets are from Super Mario World.
Correct. But Luigi's bad.
No, he's not. He's the better brother.
Oh,
I will...
fight you.
I'm saying this stuff because I'm in your games room and you can't come charging in here without breaking all your stuff.
He's got a point.
Yeah, well, you got to leave some time.
Do I?
All right, number 3, do buy a game, is something that I've become quite interested in over the last 12 months. So Metroid. Now, if you've watched the show at all, I played Metroid Dread last year. Loved it. I'm surprised you let me touch his stuff.
Well,
loved it, and it got me more and more interested in the Metroid franchise. I'd picked up Super Metroid from a friend of the show and Patreon, Game Boy Dad.
Game Boy Dad.
Game Boy Dad. So this one, this is where the core components of a Metroidvania style game came from, this and Castlevania. Exploration, gradual power-ups, revisiting areas to be able to open up new areas due to things that you picked up.
Swimsuits.
Challenging, engaging. It added sci-fi to the NES lineup, which up until this point really didn't have much sci-fi. Not to mention the awesome ending now. This is not a spoiler, surely.
It's easily...
It's a 35-year-old game.
Years later.
Yeah. End of the game... Samus takes off the helmet to reveal that Samus is female.
Yep.
Which at the time, pretty awesome to have such a big, strong leading character as female. And
do you know what the best part is?
Not getting kidnapped by a Bowser or not getting, just made to look pretty in the background.
There was we've spoken about this before when Braden was on the show, but there is a official Japanese manga where the artist wasn't told that Samus was female. And so it has Samus with their arms around 2 bikini girls going, hey, we're going to party! So Samus is now a gay icon.
Awesome.
In canon.
Go Samus.
Really interesting about the English translation for the manual is it was misleading because the manual refers to Samus as he all the time.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Probably English translation, they just assumed. Well, guess what? Nintendo was more woke than you realised back in the 80s.
But yeah, Metroid, definitely one I'm going to have to add to my collection.
I have some controversial opinions about Metroid 1.
Oh, really? Let's hear them.
I think
Should
it
we?
was, for the time, at its release, super, different, super interesting, fine.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, we're seeing now on screen, Samus going up vertically. That wasn't a thing in any of the NES games at the time.
For sure, but, just talking from a perspective of someone who is alive in 2022, this isn't something I would recommend people buy for their NES collection.
Really?
I think you would be better off saving a slot in your collection. Say, if you had to buy 10 NES games that were great games to play, I wouldn't put this one in there because it is absolutely a product of its time, whereas things like the original Zelda, Super Mario Bros. 3, Mega Man 2, they don't feel like that. They're very much still
You had to get Mega Man 2.
pick up and playable and all that sort of stuff.
Is this because I didn't put Mega Man on the list?
No. Just as a thing, if you're going to play any Metroid game as a starting point, Super Metroid is the way to go.
I concur with that.
I have that as well. But
you can also play this on Switch Online, by the way.
I like things that are products of their time.
Much like us.
How much do I scream 80s and 90s? But yes, no, valuable opinion. Thank you, Anto.
Controversial, maybe, I don't know.
Number 2, Ben.
Number 2, don't buy. Where's Waldo? Or Where's Wally as we know him in Australia. So we all know Where's Waldo / Wally. It's a striped gentleman hiding in plain sight and you have to use your keen eyes to find him. How fun would that be, not doing it in book form, but on a CRT TV where everything's blurry and you can't quite make out the image.
Pixelated, yeah.
That's what you did. From memory, I could be dreaming this, but I think eventually it starts to zoom in
So you have a
closer.
box. You have a box that you can move around and it zooms what's in the box.
But we're talking 8-bit technology here, and
Look
we're
at
watching
that.
it on screen. It gives you nosebleeds. This game will legally give you nosebleeds.
This game looks like looking at a Virtual Boy if it had color.
Yeah, it's not a good time. It's not fun.
Yeah, see that little box up in the top left-hand corner?
Yep.
That's your viewport, and you would move it around and try and find him. But apparently people would walk. Now, I haven't seen this. I'm quite happy to never see it. It is. Look how hard that is to see anything in this, in like this view, and then to imagine zooming in to when it's even more pixelated.
It's so a friend of mine. I think I could be imagining this, but with Nintendo Entertainment Systems, if you pull the cartridge out while it's still on, the screen will freeze.
Oh.
So they used to do that because there was no internet back at the time. You couldn't look up
course.
cheap. Pull it out, spend their time, find Wally, put it back in, then find him straight away.
Yeah.
And cheat the system. Just cheese
Is
it.
that seriously a thing that worked even back on the NES?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
I did read that you'll either get lucky and finish this thing in 5 minutes, or you'll never finish it, ever.
Or you'll never finish it because it's an awful game. You shouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
Awful game. Don't get it.
What is that?
That's
Look
at
that
night
screen.
time.
Yeah,
What,
I
you can't see him there?
What's the point in that?
There he is.
That made it harder.
I saw him.
Oh, there he is.
Just running around.
Scampering away.
Oh, my goodness.
Jesus.
All right, so the number 2 must-buy game. Don't necessarily agree with this, but again, nostalgia was coming in.
This is my list, not his.
Yeah. I would say the first one of this game, purely because at the age I was when it came out, I was very, very excited for it to come to NES. And it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. I prefer Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1, but this is also a very good game if you like putting coins in arcade machines. So this is the NES port of the arcade game. They're ridiculously hard, and I think the developers came out and admitted that they purposely made it impossible to beat on one credit. So yeah,
It's a coin cruncher.
Yeah, coin cruncher. Ridiculously hard game on the arcade. That's why you play it now with free play on. But the NES version was pretty good for an 8-bit system. It was pretty faithful. Obviously, there was a graphical download. There weren't big, beautiful, cartoony sprites. But the mechanics were all there. The gameplay was all there. All the characters were there. It's just a fun time.
Now, is this the one where you could freely flick between the turtles that you wanted to play as?
No, so it was 1, 2, 3, 4 players, and they could each choose one turtle. That game you're thinking of is the first one where you could switch between them.
Okay. And this one had extra levels put in from the arcade, though, didn't it? To make up for the fact that you could only play 2-player, not 4.
Could you play 4, though? Because we got the 4 score, the Nintendo 4 score.
I don't think you could at the time this was released, anyway.
I'm a fact check. Hang on.
I'm not too sure. Like, I don't even know what the 4 score was
Weirdly,
used for. Bomberman, maybe?
Lots of Pizza Hut references in this. Look at that. Pizza Hut.
Yes, because Pizza Hut sponsored it.
Yeah.
And on the box as well, either on the box or in the manual, there was a coupon where you could cut it out and go get yourself a free pizza.
Off the box.
Yeah.
How many boxes do you find now that have that coupon just missing and a big square cut out of it?
It's infuriating. I was looking at comics the other day because I'm starting up my Green Goblin comic collection again and going back and looking at Silver Age comics where the Green Goblin appeared.
Yep.
And there was a issue of Hulk where they had like the Marvel collector thing where in different magazines you get different characters that you cut out and put in your book.
Yeah.
I think one of them happened in Hulk 181. For those of you who don't know, that was the first appearance of Wolverine. And kids at the time, back in the 60s and 70s, cut these pictures out and make a graded 9 comic 1.5 because it's missing part of it.
Yeah.
I found the Hulk issue with the Green Goblin in it, and yeah, sure enough, it had been cut out.
Cut out?
Goddamn kids who are now boomers. More reason to hate them.
Do you know what I used to do a lot of my black and white comics?
Like,
Colour them in.
Yeah, fair enough. Anto.
So, the NES 4-score adapter, this game came out after that was released.
Right.
But there's a technical limitation of the system that prevents this game from having 4 players at once.
I can believe that. You're looking at it now, you can see like lines going through the turtle. There's
That's
too many
exactly
sprites
it.
on screen.
So there was an 8 sprite per scanline limitation, and because each turtle themselves are several sprites wide, it just wouldn't have been possible to play with 4 people without seeing just lines all over the screen.
Yeah,
They've
wow.
got excellent, it's got an excellent representation of the turtles and the foot.
Well, they're the sprites that were almost in the first one. They've just updated the sprites a little bit, but it's very, very similar.
And look at the fire that's going on as well.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just a GIF.
It's pretty cool though. But yeah, all right.
It's just a GIF.
Just a GIF. It's just a meme, really. Okay, number 1. No, do we want to do some honourable mentions first?
Yeah, let's do some honourable mentions.
All right, so I've only got honourable mentions for games that we should buy.
Yes, I agree.
So feel free to add to this as well. So first of all, I've got Battletoads.
Yes! Battletoads, the Ninja Turtles ripoff.
Yeah.
Super hard game. Never finished it. I own it. Boxed? Yes, boxed.
Yeah, you have. I saw it up there before.
Yeah, super cool game. Loved it as a kid. Anto, you look like you are a Battletoad maniac.
No. I just wanted to add that if anyone's interested, Limited Run Games are doing a re-release
I
of
saw
Battletoads
that.
for the NES and Super Nintendo.
Oh, really? I wasn't aware.
Yeah, I saw that today. I got the email.
Oh, wow. Okay, I might have to check that out. Even though I've got the original boxed of the Super Nintendo. Oh, I don't need to do that.
No,
Stop
don't
wasting
do it,
money,
don't
Ben.
do it.
Jeez.
It's got a nice cool
Zelda-
green cartridge.
Zelda 2. So I'm going to go for Zelda 2.
See, this is where Ben's going to get really miffed at me.
I don't get miffed at anyone.
I really
talking
like Zelda 2.
You can like Zelda 2. That's fine.
Yeah.
I just don't like Ocarina of Time.
It's fine. You can be wrong. I
I've
don't
also
mind.
got Blaster Master.
Yes, Blaster Master. Holy smokes. And has been remade for the Switch. It was a launch title for the Switch.
I remember that.
Blaster
Yeah,
Master
Blaster
Zero.
Master Zero. It was a complete remake of Blaster Master. New graphics, new everything. What a game. Holy crap. Fantastic game. You follow your frog down a hole. It's great. You're searching for your frog. He's a big old mutant boy.
Done. River City Ransom.
Yes,
The honourable
so
mention for River City Ransom.
in Australia
The
it was
Rampage?
called Street Gangs.
Street Gangs.
Street Gangs in Australia. It is River City Rampage.
Mm.
Cool game. Basically, if you like River City Girls and that type of side-scrolling beat 'em up, if you like the Scott Pilgrim game, that's what this is
Started
based
playing
on.
that today.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim, Double Dragon, Streets of Rage. Just
All
you name
based,
it.
yeah, all based off this game.
Yeah.
Anto? Oh, you look like you want to say something.
Oh, no. I'm just listening to you guys talk about things.
That are
Brilliant
cool.
game.
I got nothing to add as far as River City Girls or anything goes. I haven't played them.
You
How
should.
about what about Earthbound? Do you have an opinion on Earthbound?
I've only played it on the Switch. Yeah, RPG. Like when I have 150 hours spare, I'll sit down and give it a go.
I've also got Ninja Gaiden on there.
Ninja
Ooh,
Gaiden?
that's a
Little Ninja Gaiden.
fantastic video game.
Yes.
Tell us about that, Anto.
So, fast-paced, side-scrolling action platformer, renowned for being very, very difficult. Most people don't finish the game. It's like Mega Man, but faster-paced. Yeah, it's really, really cool. They did... it was like the first video game to have animated cutscenes, where it was like an old-school 80s anime show, where things would happen, ninjas would fight, you'd meet a person, and then it would cut to the next level. It was just really cool. Stage transitions were cool. Abilities were cool. You could bounce off walls. It's fun. I play it every now and again on Switch because it's just fun.
Just a fun time.
Yeah.
If you like punishing games.
I've also got Chip and Dale.
Hey.
Rescue Rangers.
Rescue Rangers.
Also on that Saturday morning cartoon collection thing. And the movie's coming out to Disney Plus
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah,
Cannot
that looks
wait for
awesome.
that.
And Batman, the video game. So based on the 1989 Batman.
Oh, Anto's
My
holding his
favourite
lips.
Batman of all time. Look, I will unapologetically say that I like a lot of stuff that's based on that movie, even if it's bad, because it's based on that movie.
Do you know what? I'm going to say something equally as controversial. Are you ready for this? Floppy?
Yes.
I agree with you.
I was going to agree as well. I think the NES Batman game is fantastic. The only thing that I can pull off the top of my head as far as fun facts about it go, the boss music is basically ripped off from Mega Man and uses the level select
Any
theme
chance
from
to
Mega
get a
Man.
Mega Man reference?
Do I need to bring up Alec Man? Do we need to do that again?
I mean, we could bring up a Lek Man if you want.
How his theme is stolen by everyone?
Yeah.
Or we could talk about Punch Out.
Punch Out. Which
Out.
version?
Look, I don't care which version. It's the same game. Mike Tyson was in the first one, yeah?
Yeah, so the end boss is Mike Tyson. It was called Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Then the license lapsed, and
Yeah.
it just became Punch Out. Which
No,
I have both
What was the
copies.
name of the boss after?
Dream.
Mr. Dream.
Wait, no. Was it
Mr.
Mr.
Dream?
Dream or Mr. Sandman?
No, I think you're right, Mr. Dream.
I hear he's pretty dangerous.
Mike Tyson reference.
Yes, topical.
But
Did
yeah,
the license-
I'd like to do that.
Sorry?
Did the license for the game lapse, or was it when the legal trouble happened after he bit a dude's ear off?
Surely
No,
that was in the
no.
90s,
That
wasn't
was,
it?
yeah, no, that was way before then, dude. It was a licensing
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. But yeah, those are my honourable mentions. So, to number one. My number one, don't buy on the NES. If you see this out there, don't pick it up.
You know
Once
what?
again,
I loved this game on the Commodore 64.
it was even better. It's Ghostbusters.
And it just played that.
So this was ported from the Commodore 64 to the NES in 1988. Barely follows the film story once again.
Oh, man. You got to drive around finding the street with the ghosts on it?
Super monotonous, super
man.
boring. A building flashes like before, and you've got to drive there. Now, all you have to do is dodge the things that are on the road.
Ghost cars.
If you hit them, you will lose money.
You lose ghosts.
And fuel.
You have to then get there and catch the ghosts.
And you can trip out your Ecto. Oh, man, what a game.
Now, you have to do all of this over and over and over again to earn money to be able to face Gozer. Why do you need money to face Gozer?
Because Gozer's saving up for a brand new
Because they had
expensive
no
suit.
reason. No reason whatsoever. Then when you get to Gozer, you got to go up that stupid staircase. You move so slow and you can't touch anything, because if you touch anything, you lose money, therefore can't fight Gozer.
You missed the best part, though.
What's that?
If you're fighting ghosts like just in the ordinary game, and you cross your beams, you die instantly.
Yeah.
That's
Instant
great.
death. It is ridiculous. There's nothing to do with it. There's no fun about it. There's nothing fun about it.
I really want
Like,
to play
I played
this
this on
game.
the 64 as well. I never played on the NES, but I played it on the Commodore 64.
I
and
really
it was
want to play
bad.
this. I really want to play it again.
The music sucked.
I'm going to play it for like 2 seconds and go, what the fuck is
And you
this?
go, what was I even thinking?
It's going to be like Hook again. I'm going to get
Yeah.
all excited. I'm going to sit down and play it and just go, what is wrong with you?
with me?
Past Ben was an idiot.
You want to play a really good Hook game?
Yeah.
The Mega Drive version.
Never.
Never. It does bring me to the number one pick for must buy on the NES.
Which is Hook for the NES.
It's definitely not Hook. It is the double pack or double cartridge of Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
Yeah. This came as a pack-in with the bigger system, with the guns.
Yeah, so I have the Zapper gun.
So do I.
So I need Duck Hunt. So
Which one do you have? Do you have the grey one or do you have the orange one?
Orange.
So do you know the story behind the grey one and the orange one?
I do.
All right, hang on. I'll go get them.
So this was originally an arcade game and was revolutionary imported to the NES. Used the NES Zapper gun, which we're about to see, which still looks cool, I might add. Like, it is really cool, size-wise, everything. It's simple, it's fun. It may cause issues with people now doing around the fun, hunting. But you know what? It's a video game. Do this. Don't go out real hunting. Big cowboy with zappers.
Draw!
So what's the difference between the orange and the grey?
Can I chuck out my theory, and if I'm correct, you confirm?
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure, and again, I'm absolutely happy to be corrected, pretty sure the grey one was the first release, and they changed the colour after there was a law introduced about toy guns not looking too realistic. And they
Is
had
that
to have
right?
like the orange tips to identify that they were toys.
You're correct.
Yeah.
Hey!
So yeah, that's the first release. Very, very rare in Australia. And then that was the pack-in that we got.
It's so clicky. Like, it feels so good to actually use. It feels. It doesn't feel cheap at all.
Do you know how it worked? Because you had no sensor bar.
No, it's no. So it's to do with the CRT and the picture that comes down in lines.
Correct. And it read the lines and the infrared bounced back. And
Yes. And in
guessed
fact,
where
I
you were
believe
shooting.
it
It
was
triangulated its position and shot it, which is why these don't work on modern-day TVs. So that's disappointing.
There you go. But it's kind of like it is. You can see where they were going. Like, it's the precursor to their like motion pointy thing. Like, they were
Ahead of their time.
Ahead of their time. They brought that to the house.
Nintendo actually had a prototype for this, one of their toys, which was a lion that came apart, and a lion used to walk, and they had a toy gun, and you'd shoot the lion and it would fall down.
That's
if you
awesome.
managed to hit it. It's a very well-known Nintendo toy, and that's where they got the technology to do this.
And this is the half of the cartridge. The other half being, of course, original Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers.
Still the greatest game ever made.
Arguably, why Nintendo is still here.
Yep.
Because of this.
Yep.
If it wasn't for this, who knows what would have happened. But its core controls and platforming gameplay, are still staples in so many titles today.
Mm-hmm.
Characters have transcended just video games and known by all people. Like, there's not a person out there that doesn't know. Well, there might be, but it would be very hard pressed to find a person who doesn't know who Mario is.
Quick
Well,
question.
I mean,
Sure.
he's more popular and more recognizable than even Mickey Mouse at this point. So
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that's because of modern day as well.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Sure.
Very, very first level Super Mario Brothers. Mm-hmm. How do you kill that first Goomba? I judge people on how they kill that first Goomba.
Like, by jumping on it.
They're the very do you cautiously walk up to it? Do you jump over it? Do you try and land on it? What's your tactic?
I would say I don't have a tactic. I just play.
Okay, Anto.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm not like super great at the game, but I've played level 1 enough that I can time the first jump to land on it straight away.
How so? Like, how do you do it? Like,
Just charge at it, hold down the B button, and never let go of the entire game.
so do you, no, because that's what I do. I've played it so much that, I'm in a rhythm now where I just literally go boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. So if someone, that very first level, doesn't press run straight away and run, can we go back to the start of this video or to the start of the level? If they don't run, jump at the exact moment so they go over the first block and land on the Goomba, I judge them because that's what I do every single time. Anyway,
Nice.
more pointless facts from a stupid old man.
Amazing soundtrack for old mate Mario.
Oh,
Koji Kondo.
yep, brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. Fun gameplay, well-designed levels. It meant this could be enjoyed by all ages, whether it be kids.
Man, look at the talent pool they
Adults.
had back then.
Yeah, I
Koji
know,
Kondo,
right?
you had Shigeru Miyamoto like designing the things, and designing the things after he came wanting to be a toy designer.
Yeah.
That's where Shigeru Miyamoto came from. Koji Kondo doing the music, the amount of programs they had on this. Oh,
But like design and things like that, especially along that, it's a transferable skill to so many different fields.
the fact that he has a moustache so you could tell he had a nose and a mouth.
Yeah.
It's the only reason. The power-ups.
That was awesome.
This
And
game.
look, it just goes to show as well the reason that it's been re-released on so many platforms. Every platform?
Yes.
Every
yes.
single platform
And
I've
I've
ever
bought
had.
them each.
Of course you have. But yeah, and that's it. That's my top 12 or top 6 buy finesse and don't buy finesse.
And do you know what else you can buy if you have some little money left over? Not big money, not big fake checks, because they're cool.
No
You wanna-
whammies.
What?
Big money, no whammies. No.
Deals! Floppy,
Yes, mate.
what do you got for us?
We got some deals for you.
Woo!
Okay, first cab off the ranks for the Switch. Now, this is one that will tickle your fancy. This is the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection.
Oh, yeah.
It includes 12 Street Fighter games from Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, and Alpha. I wasn't going to list them all. Including some online play for a few of them now that they haven't had before.
Yep. Correct.
This is normally $40. $16.
Yeah, get it.
$16 for
Just grab it.
12 games.
And what's the one they've got coming up? The Fighters one where they've released all the arcade ones?
The
It's coming out soon?
Capcom Fighters Megamix.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm looking forward to that.
That
Ooh.
one's... Hang on, Fighters Megamix... Oh, no, that's the one with Captain Commando and all the other Capcom side-scrolling beat-em-ups, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a fighting one that they're bringing out. So some of the Japanese fighting games that came
So
from
you've
that
got, like,
period.
Vampire Savior, Darkstalkers...
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Alpha 3's in there
Nice.
because I don't think that was in this collection.
I don't remember seeing it, but then I don't remember all 12 of them. So
Yeah. Anyway,
but yeah, $16 for 12 games is
get it.
it's not
Fight me.
not a bad one. The other one for a Switch is now it's up for debate whether you call it Gris or Gree. This is something that I
It's actually Spanish for grey.
went on and on about it last
not.
year.
Made that up.
A serene and evocative experience, free from death and danger, which is always good for me. Explore the delicate art world, solve light-based and platform puzzles. I love this game. This was fantastic. It's one of those ones that I could not put down. It's normally $24, which in itself is not expensive. At the moment, $6.
Is Grease $6 on Switch?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay, that's what I've been waiting for.
Yes. $6.
I'll grab it.
On a Switch.
I'll grab it
Now
right
it's
after
got a
the show.
physical edition. I kind of don't want to buy it, even though it's so cheap.
No, I will totally buy it. I've been waiting for...
I own it, so I won't buy it.
Gree was
digitally,
one of
though.
those games that I was looking at and I went, if it was $10. And it's always been 11. I've gone, nah, it needs to be
$6.
$10.
And it's only till the 11th of this month, I think.
Okay, so I'll
I think
do
that's
it
one of
after
those
the
ones
show.
I remember.
Cool.
But yeah, then if you if you fly over to the PlayStation, a couple of different ones. I went for some very different games.
You did.
First one, Sniper Elite 4, the Digital Deluxe Edition. Now,
What's
is
this
probably,
word?
I'll get to that.
Hentai.
It doesn't say that. So Sniper Elite 4, obviously we got Sniper Elite 5 coming out later this month. So they've jumped on the bandwagon and put number 4 out there as a bargain. You're a sniper if you haven't played them. It is purely a sniping game, but it is good. They're well-designed levels. They have some amazing X-ray slow-down bullet effects if you get good shots. This one is all in Italy, so you're fighting up with the Italian resistance in World War II. You got 1-2-player campaign, you got co-op, you got multiplayer. This includes the season pass. It's normally $150, $14.50.
You know a game's doing well when it's normally $150. You can get it
Well,
for
no,
like
but
10.
it's right because no one's going to buy it after the new one comes out.
Correct.
Didn't Sniper Elite 4 come out in like 2016?
Yeah,
So it's pretty old. So
It
it's
is.
probably why
I got the
it's-
collector's edition for it, which came with a papercraft rifle.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really fun to make. The other one for the PlayStation, on a little bit of a different tangent, Train Sim World 2. Have you got the vid for this one, Anto?
I will pull it up right now. I also have some things to say about this one.
So this is authentic routes from all over the world. A new creators club, which gives you custom liveries for your trains. Realistic gameplay, dynamic skies, and 4K support. Now, I thought this was a joke until I actually watched it. I was like, my gosh, this looks amazing. If you skip forward in this vid a bit,
Why am I in it?
how crisp is this? Look at those skies.
That's pretty good.
It's
It's like the
ridiculous.
Forza Horizon of train games.
And you literally just drive a train. Now, this is normally $45.
I like the way there's a megaphone there, so if someone's on the tracks, you can wind down the window and go, "Hey,
Get off.
get out of the way! Train's coming."
Do you know how much this is at the moment?
Oh,
$6.75.
so it's more than Gris.
But not by much. But yes. Train sim. If you are a train fanatic and be waiting for a bargain for...
More like a train simp.
So,
Sim
mutual friend of Floppy and mine,
Me.
Patrick,
Oh, yeah.
he decided to play this game just completely out of nowhere. He does this thing where he'll play simulation games like Farming Simulator
Oh, he loved that.
and Train Sim, and he falls into them super hard and absolutely loves the experience. And apparently this is a really good time.
He recorded a review for, I want to say Farming Sim maybe 19
I think it was 2018.
or 2018. And he had this background music going, and it was just this really beautiful. Like, I fell into it. I could not stop watching his review as he farmed.
It was like a 25-minute documentary. It was really relaxing.
It's ridiculous. But there you go. That's it for PlayStation. If you go over to Xbox, hopefully you've got Game Pass, because a couple of days ago, Trek to Yomi came out on Game Pass.
Trek to Yomi.
Yomi? Black and White, Lone Samurai.
So looking forward to playing this. I
Get
have to
Game
buy it
Pass,
like a
mate.
chump.
Get Game Pass.
I've got other games I need to play.
Yeah.
Like ridiculously backlogged.
So this is a beautiful game. Sort of hits those notes that Ghost of Tsushima hit a couple of
Side
years ago.
scroller though.
But yeah, side scroller.
Bit of time manipulation. Beautiful to look at. Encapsulates that Karazara type feel.
I'm going to have a crack at it over the weekend and see what I think.
Yeah, let me know how you go.
Absolutely. And also, we don't usually touch on these games because we personally don't tend to play them.
Last time I played basketball, I broke my ankle.
But how you do that while video gaming, I don't know. NBA
kicking too much ass.
NBA 2K22 is out on Game Pass. The latest NBA game looks amazing. All current rosters. I am rubbish at them and I can't figure out what the controls, and I never know who. It's like me trying to play Smash. I don't know who I am on the screen. But if you are a fan of the basketball games or just the sports games in general, go play it on Game Pass. Get it for free.
Speaking of free, it's now time to play a free game that you can listen to for free as we quiz on your face. Wait, what? That's right. Yeah. I keep going to go quiz in your pants. I was like, no, that's not.
don't do
That's
that.
that's not it. That's not it at all. Anyway, I have here 4 multiple choice questions, 2 chosen by me and Choo. 2 chosen by top high-end Patreons. Each question has 4 multiple choice questions. Floppy or I want to call you Hayden because I was thinking of Star Wars and Hayden Christensen just popped into my head. And so
I mean, I too do not like sand.
it's course.
And you do look ruggedly handsome like Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's very kind of you
And
to
you
say.
did kill all those kids.
Whoa!
Anyway,
Disclaimer, I have never killed children, as much as I may express my desire to sometimes.
anyway,
My kids are at your house, man.
not anymore, or maybe
No.
they are just like in the freezer.
Bits.
My freezer's too small for anything like that.
What if you chop them up enough?
Yeah, no, it's still too small.
What is wrong with you, Anto? My goodness, stop it.
Questions.
Anyway, 4 questions, multiple choice, all based on video games. 2 from our beloved Patrons and 2 from me. At the end of last quiz of facing, we had Braden on 2, Jazz on 2, Anto on 11, Floppy on 12.
Oh, I did get ahead. That's right.
You did get ahead. All right, are we
Just.
ready?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Here we go.
Was
Michael
that
Towns has given us another novel to talk.
Oh,
to
of course
look
he
at.
has.
Here we go. Question number 1. World of Warcraft player Double Agent spent approximately 173 and a half days in a starting area of the game collecting only minted herbs for experience points. That is one run-on sentence. What level did he eventually reach in this time? A, level 40, B, level 60, C, level 90, or D, level 2?
Floppy.
Floppy?
Is it possible for us to know what the level cap is? 'Cause
I
don't
know what the level cap is based on the expansions, but that's what I would want to clarify
Just
is
choose
what
a
expansion
freaking
are we
ladder,
talking
guys.
about?
B.
Incorrect. Not 60. Anto?
40.
Incorrect. It was 90.
Wow.
C, level 90.
That's insane.
No one gets a point.
No one gets a point.
Is that a video game question or a streamer question?
Oh, it's about a
What
video
a,
game.
what a, yeah, exactly.
It's about a video game, mate.
Don't get pedantic with me because you lost, you poor loser.
We both lost.
Go slaughter children.
Lost? We both got it wrong.
Dove. How is modern day Donkey Kong related to the original Donkey Kong? Is he A, his nephew, B, his grandson,
Anto.
C, his son, or D, all of the above? Anto.
Grandson.
Correct. Modern day Donkey Kong is the grandson of Donkey
Does it
Kong.
make Cranky Kong...
Cranky Kong
Kong's
is the
the
original
original.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, okay.
So Donkey Kong's father was Donkey Kong Jr., who's nowhere to be seen, suspiciously.
Yeah, Deuce Freezer.
With all
He's
these
vegan,
children.
actually. That does not work. Not working.
No, monkeys are very carnivorous. Especially chimpanzees.
No,
they will
I'm-
rip your
Are you
face off.
calling me a monkey?
Anto is vegan.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought you were just talking about monkeys, and I was going, no, animal facts. Let's talk about animal facts.
Welcome to Animal Planet with Hack the Dino.
Yes. Here at Hack the Dino, All right. Question number 3 from Dylan the Villain.
Hey.
Here we go. This is a good one, actually. I enjoyed this one. Which actor wanted to be Mario in the original Super Mario Brothers film, but was passed on because of his lack of star talent? Was it A, Tom Hanks, B, Michael J. Fox, C, Harrison Ford,
Floppy.
or D, Yo Mama? Floppy.
Tom Hanks.
Correct! Did you know that?
No, but I'd read something about Mario with Tom Hanks. I didn't know what it was.
Can you imagine that movie?
No.
Tom Hanks.
I mean, you know what? I didn't have to imagine the first one. I saw that. Couldn't be that worse.
All right. Sorry, I haven't been keeping score. Who's won?
Well, that was only the third question, so there should be one more.
So
Floppy
we're on
got
13 and 12 because we
13 and
both
12?
Yeah.
missed out, and then Anto got, and so we're on 13 and 12.
Okay, Anto. It's your chance to tie it up.
Ooh.
Here we go. Question number 4.
It's always weird when the run sheet changes when I haven't done anything and it's on screen.
And more vital facts that everyone watching this show wanted to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
The creator of the Game Boy and the Virtual Boy, as well as many other things, Gunpei Yokai, was a what before becoming one of Nintendo's most important employees? Was he A, janitor, B, a toy designer,
Anto.
C, vice president, or D, president?
Anto. Toy designer.
Incorrect.
Oh, really?
Floppy?
Can I hear them again, please?
A, janitor, C, vice president, or D, president?
Janitor.
Correct! He was a janitor.
Really?
Yes.
I won't.
Wow.
I will go out and say I did not know that. That was a guess.
Yep, absolute. So, legend has it, he was a janitor clearing the thing, and he came up with the Ultra Hand, which is, you may recognize it, the hand that grabs things on the extender arm, and they're just metal bits
yeah.
crisscrossed.
Yep.
And you open and close them. And it
He came up with that.
Gunpei,
Cool.
yeah, came up with that. He took it into the president's office after he was cleaning one day and said, oh, you might be able to sell this as part of your toy company.
I use this to pick up rubbish.
And he was so impressed. And yeah, he created the Game Boy as well as many
That's
other things.
crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Absolutely mind-blowing story. So, you got that right, Floppy. So that's 14. Floppy's on 14, everyone. Anto's on 12. Jazz and Brady are each on 2. Now, next show, you're not going to be here, are you, Floppy?
I'm not.
So, Anto, start reading heaps of books on video games.
I will
All
say.
of them.
I
Get
will
some
say
video
that
game music questions going again.
I will not be here, not due to any form of medical illness that Ben might come up with. It will be my daughter's birthday. And she has a concert on for her dancing that she
It's
does.
lovely. Do you know what else is really lovely?
What's that?
That I can edit this part out and just make up whatever I want.
Of course you will.
I have a
But the
fun
people
factoid
watching
before
now
we
will
move on.
know.
Sorry, there's too much talking. Anto?
Tell me off for not talking sometimes. Where's the balance, Anto? Come on.
Well, it's quite easy. If someone's talking, don't. If no one's talking, go for it.
To be fair, there is a bit of a delay.
You're in the next room. I can see you.
Yeah, but I've got headphones on.
Anyway.
I can't hear you. Anyway.
We've been Hack the Dino. This has been our gaming cast where we talk about the games of the past, the present, and the future, as well as giving in-depth, well, not really in-depth, news, reviews. I've already said this bit. Yeah, cool. You can find us doing other things besides talking about video games. Floppy, what do you do other than video game?
I take pictures of video games and other video game related paraphernalia that I purchase and put them on my Instagram, of which we looked at a bit this afternoon.
What's
this
the
evening.
old...
Oh, that one
at?
that I got there. It is Floppy Plays Games. Should be renamed to Floppy Buys Them, takes photos of them, and sometimes plays.
I think you exceed the character limit.
That is the NES that I got, along with Bonesy from Game Boy Games and Nintendo 64 expansion pack, because I also picked one of them up.
Yeah, you've got any games to play with it?
Yeah, I got Donkey Kong,
Oh, nice. Horrible game.
but it needs that
Awful.
pack there.
Awful game.
But going up, if you go back up for a sec there, Ant, that House of the Dead Overkill, the Bang Bang box, super excited for that. And did you know they're doing a remake for Switch?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait for that as well.
Anto,
I'm pretty sure we talked about this at the end of the last show.
we did, but that's okay. We've got new listeners every time, I assume.
This is true.
Anto, what do you do with your fingers?
Well, mostly. Yeah, I don't know. You can find me on Instagram as well under @HeyIt'sAnto with a 0 instead of a letter O. You'll have to follow the page because I've got it set to private because I'm a bit finicky about Facebook and Meta having all my data and stuff.
It's fine. It's not
I
fine.
occasionally share video game stuff that I've picked up. More often than not recently, it's been new high scores or 100% completion on Guitar Hero songs. Stuff like that. That's pretty much me. Yeah,
I like that you're doing it all still to my Instagram.
Yeah, I can't access mine. It's on my phone. I'm not gonna.
But one thing you can access is at Bad Game Arts, where I put up some of the worst bad game art that has appeared on video game art, cartridges, posters,
Shocking
wherever you
stuff.
find it. And I've put some up.
What is that?
So you may remember last time we talked about this. If you scroll down, we briefly spoke about Xenophobe,
Xenophobe.
the horribly named game called Xenophobe, where an alien is the xenophobe. But if we go to the next one, which is just up and to the right,
What on earth is that?
I don't know. But apart from all the phallic things coming out, that tornado has seen some stuff. He's got a face on him like, oh, it's a scary tornado.
What is it called?
I don't know. Next, we have Super
Robin Hood.
But do you know what the best part of Super Robin Hood is?
What is it? Like it says Super Robin Hood.
No, it's the fact that he's got a 20-pack or heaps of tumours in his stomach.
Whoa! Why does his stomach look like a golf ball?
He's got a 25-pack.
A 25-pack or 25 tumours,
That
whatever
dude did
kills
not
him first.
skip ab day.
And finally, we've got a car game from Sega, and it should be a playing game because that dude is high as hell.
Up and Down's actually really good fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
That is Herbie found some edibles.
But yeah, that's Bad Game Arts. Bad Game Arts with an S on the end because Bad Game Art was already taken. You can find there, follow along, and you can also head on over to @MrBenjamin where I post all my video game pickups for insurance purposes. So it's a fun time, and that's what the internet looks like. If you've never seen it before, exclusive here first. That's some of the other stuff. I got Zombie Captain America for $20. I'm back collecting vintage comics again because I hate money.
Because I hate money.
Yeah, who needs it?
That car that was in that game up the top, the high one, looks like the Roger Rabbit
Yep.
taxi.
Yep, it does, but it's not because he was angry. I got that Onslaught figure. See that Onslaught figure? Who remembers Onslaught?
Yeah,
Anyone?
we do. Is that the one that's got Professor X trying
Yep.
to get out of him at the back?
Yep,
Yeah,
it's
that's cool.
great. I freaking loved it.
I
Found it the
liked
other
reading
night.
Onslaught. So many people didn't.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
As someone who doesn't know much about comics and the origin of these characters, and is mostly video game oriented, I guess. Didn't Onslaught make an appearance in Marvel Superheroes, the video game, as a secret boss?
Probably.
No, I think he was the main boss.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Or maybe that it was one of them because Sentinel was a boss. I think Marvel vs. Capcom, Sentinel's the boss. And then Onslaught is the boss of maybe 2, perhaps? Maybe not.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But Onslaught is basically what happened. So back in Wolverine 75, Magneto ripped the adamantium out of Wolverine.
Like
And
just
Xavier...
tore it through the pores of his
Yeah,
skin.
yeah. And then Xavier got angry and wiped his mind. But when he did that, part of Magneto's evil essence
His
jumped
psyche.
into Xavier, and it nursed and grew in there, and then he became Onslaught. But what was really cool was the payoff to Bishop's storyline from many, many years ago, where one of the X-Men was going to betray and kill them all.
And you know who? You thought it was Gambit, didn't you?
You thought it was led to believe it was Gambit, then it was revealed years later it was actually Xavier
Yeah.
when he turned into Onslaught, and he went to kill them, and because Bishop was there and he knew about it, he jumped in front of it, and because his ability was to absorb kinetic energy, he did so, and they didn't die.
And that's the nerd hour of comics.
Yeah, let's talk about games like real grown-ups.
Yeah. Not
Anyway.
comic nerd stuff.
We've been Hack the Dino, you've been you, which is good. You should always try and be you, because you are the best you that you've ever been.
Or me. You've probably been a better me than me.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good call. We'll be back next time to talk about all the things I've made with my sewing machine. So if you'd like to...
I can't wait to see nothing.